Much has happened since your government and my government signed the 17 global goals to tackle the world's biggest challenges and the Paris Agreement to limit climate change. Each of the last 3 months has seen the highest temperatures recorded above the global average since records began. The time to act is now. Tomorrow is too late. Is the UN innovative enough to do this? And if not, what can we do? Agreeing the global goals and the Paris Agreement is just the start of the journey, and we haven't started well. Research from the Social Progress Index indicates business as usual will miss the global goals by some way, and research by The Economist indicates the impact of missing them is significant. For instance, if global temperatures increase by 5 degrees, it would lead to losses of $7 trillion, more than the total market cap of the London Stock Exchange. In my opinion, the most important goal is 8.3, which encourages entrepreneurship, creativity, and innovation. Innovation can tackle every other global goal. So is the UN up to the task of facilitating innovation? I suspect not. Let me explain. The UN is a member organisation, and its members are governments. The structure and processes of both the UN and governments were designed for an era in which power was confined to a few. However, in today's information age, there is so much information, leaders are overwhelmed. Is it possible for them to make good decisions all the time? Think about refugees with the advent of mobile phones. They have the means through which to transmit important information. But do organizations who are coordinating the response have the means to receive and make sense of it? No, they don't. These organizations weren't designed to facilitate others. Or take the recent wave of terrorist attacks in Brussels and Paris. Government in the EU aren't even sharing data about suspected terrorists. They're operating in silos. So what's the answer? We must either transform the UN or rely on organizations and leaders outside the UN that enable the human spirit to soar. If we can climb Mount Everest and put a rover on Mars, we can tackle the problems that we have created, can't we? Unleashed our spirit is extraordinary. So how can we do this? 1. Create an inspirational vision that allows others to contribute their full potential, like Paul Polman at Unilever or Richard Branson at Virgin. 2. Develop the skills that we didn't learn at school, like creativity, collaboration, and enabling others. 3. Think differently, beyond competition. We need the courage to focus on our strengths and enable others to focus on theirs too, like Elon Musk sharing the IP for Tesla batteries. 4. Transform the operating model, develop processes, structures and policies that enable each of us to unleash our creativity. Organizations like Unilever, the Huffington Post and Patagonia are already doing this. So what's stopping you? Today, humanity needs you. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Creative Leadership. I look forward to seeing you next time when we'll talk about another innovation and see just how creative it really is.